What is up, unforgettable coaches? I believe this is the first time you're going to be seeing me live right now. And by the way, I believe a lot of you watching this video live or replay, we have probably connected quite a few times and you probably know who I am by now. And if you're watching live, you can see in the description, comment #live. If you're watching the replay, comment #replay. If you need my personal help to share with you exactly how I achieve the things I'm about to share with you, comment #clarity, and let's look through your current setup and identify where are the real bottlenecks, okay? Because this is coming from a lot of the conversations that I've been having with you over all this while that I've been on Sabah's team. And in case you don't already know, I am nobody, okay? I am just a sales specialist that joined Sabah's team about 3 to 4 months back, okay? And that is who I am. I am a closer, I am a sales specialist, and that is my story, okay? The last 3 years I've been closing full-time and I just joined Sabah's team this year, so that's who I am. I'm a nobody, okay? And here's the thing, a nobody like me, I wasn't even gonna do this, okay? My role is to do sales on Sabah's team, and what happened was over the last few months, while I was on this team, watching Sabah coach her clients week in and week out, and that repetition just caused me to be so clear about the principles that she is teaching. And finally, my hands got itchy. And I told her, it seems like the things you're teaching it's fun to do, and what if I have all this time? Because over the last few months, I've been doing a lot of sports, and right now, Singapore is going through a lockdown, and I can't run outside anymore, right? So I told her, hey, how about over the weekend, I'm just gonna practice doing a soft launch, okay? A trial launch, and I don't know what I can do, right? So I took a process and I asked myself, what are the things that I've achieved that I could guide people to do, right? So my story was 3 years ago. After 10 years of being a martial artist, I retired and transitioned into the online space. And in 4.5 months, I hit my first 10K month in commissions as an online remote sales professional. So that is my story. So I asked her, how could I take this process and help fellow salespeople to do the same? And that was it. I had no offer. I had no website. I had no fancy tech. I didn't use any of those things, okay? I simply got a bunch of people and I asked them what they need help with. And then I showed them my process. And I told them, I don't have anything right now, okay? I haven't even created my beta program. But if over the next 90 days, we work together and I will give you my process and we can create this thing together, you would hit your goals, right? So I charged them $5,000 for this 90-day program to hit their first 10K month as a sales professional, the same result I got, right? So just by doing that, right, they didn't pay in full because my program isn't even created yet, right? So they paid in half in parts. And so cash collected, it's 3 weeks, $6,200 which in Singapore dollars, that is a lot more money. And now, using this cash flow, I can reinvest to now optimize the other parts of my business, which is what a lot of you are doing in reverse. You are optimizing all this external hardware, and then when we have conversations, you tell me, we have a sales problem. I have a sales problem. So really, what I think is you don't have a sales problem, okay? You are either missing the fundamentals, which is a uber specific 6-figure offer, having basic conversations with your ideal clients that you have dialed in, and then just selling them what could give them a even larger return on investment, that it would make no sense to not buy your offer. So in this process, in its rawest form, have you gone through that? Because I can see that quite a lot of people in this group that I've spoken with, you're optimizing your sales, you're optimizing your copy, you're optimizing your tech, and you are doing books, podcasts, radio shows, interviews, and you're doing 101 things, and you didn't really dial in the things that I'm sharing with you right now. So what I'm saying is, with just these 3 simple pieces, I am still full-time on Sabah's team. I have just one live group coaching call on the weekends with my students. I have a simple set of videos that we recorded together, and then I throw it in my Facebook group, I throw it in my membership area, and that is it. They have access to me on WhatsApp, and I just coach them consistently to get their wins. And that's it. And they pay me, they get results, I repeat that cycle, and now I can scale. So my message to you today is to keep it extremely simple. The more simple your process, the easier for you it is to articulate the value and sell to a very, very specific group of people, have specific conversations, and you solve a specific problem, okay? And in case you don't really understand the process that I'm sharing with you right now, I'm going to share with you an example, okay? So my father-in-law has been closing me to learn Chinese metaphysics, right? So he's telling me, hey, you got to study this, you got to learn, okay, Chinese metaphysics, because it is good for you, it is good for his daughter, it is good for our house, it is good for luck, wealth, and all that bunch of things, right? So he's been selling me to learn these things, and he himself, he has been learning from an expert, right? Investing 5 figures, 6 figures to learn from this expert. And do you know that this offer is not a match for what I want? Because what I want is very simple, right? How can I scale my business and hit 50K in revenue consistently, right? But there's no such offer for me. He's just teaching Chinese metaphysics. It is so general, right? And even if my father-in-law were to give me access to all these resources, it would still be not relevant to me. Why? Because it's so overwhelming. It doesn't address my specific goal. It doesn't address my specific pain. So I didn't take him up on the offer. I am still not learning Chinese metaphysics. But if one of you were to come to me and say, hey, look at this offer, okay? For $5,000, Sean, I'm going to show you exactly how I use Chinese metaphysics to help sales trainers like you build a consistent 50K month online coaching business in 100 days. Okay, these are my results, these are my process, this is my framework. I don't help anyone else, it's only you, right? Asian sales trainers. Now, I would start looking at your offer, because that is exactly what I need right now. And the cost of me not having that offer is extremely high. And the value for me to get that offer is extremely high as well. So now it would make sense for me to start having a conversation with you, and then now you can close me to join your program. And this could happen even if you don't have a membership area, you haven't really figured out your program. But just this promise alone is sufficient for you to have so much more dialed in conversations than doing all these other things, getting busy, and then wondering to yourself, did I get into the right niche? Do people really want what I have? And I'm doing all this work, and is it going to convert to sales next month? You don't have a sales problem. So I hope that after today, when I share my story, because like I said, I'm a nobody. I'm just a sales I'm just a salesperson that took the principles that Sabah taught and sold something that I haven't even created in its rawest form. And that is all you need to hit a 5-figure month. So I hope that this process is crystal clear and that now my story and what I've done and who I am is extremely clear for you. So for those of you that watch this at a later time, I know that you are trying to do exactly the same thing to have that breakthrough in your fundamentals. It's not about the fancy techniques, the fancy tech and the external hardware. You dial in these fundamentals, you can now hit your basic income goals to have more cash flow coming in, and then now you can do all the other things. But for now, this is what I've found to work. This is what I've known to be important. And hey, even today, if I were to start from completely with nothing again, I have no fear of ever going broke. I have no fear of ever, having to go back to a job. I have no fear of doing this because I could just repeat the same process, get a bunch of people in the room, ask them what they need and create something that can solve their problem and then scale from there. I would do it again and again forever. So I felt that this message is so important to be left in this group. So for all those of you, you have been putting up your hand and you've been saying, I have a sales problem, I have a blah, blah, blah. Look at this process that I've just shared with you and ask the same questions. Are my fundamentals dialed in? And hey, if you need my personal help to have a look at your current setup to see if you have dialed in all these problems, and do you really have a sales problem? Or is it a lack of clarity of knowing how to play this game right that's resulting in a lack of confidence on how to move forward? So if that's you, comment #clarity. Let's have a conversation, look through your setup and design optimize specific next steps so that by the end of this year or whenever you're watching the replay, 30, 60, 90 days from now, you'll have all your foundations dialed in, right? And you can be like me, just chilling on a Monday afternoon because all I have to deliver this month is one group coaching call and I'm still happily working on Sabah's team full time. There's no pressure for me, there's no overwhelm. I am not stressed. I'm having fun. I just had carrot cake, for my lunch. So if this is the lifestyle that you want to build for yourself, comment #clarity. Let's have the conversation. And as always, any comments, questions, feedback, you can type it in the chat. You can tag Sabah if you like. And all the best moving forward. I hope you have the clarity. And if it's personal, just drop me a message or drop Sabah a message. So I hope this video gave you all the clarity you needed to move forward in your business today. Until next time, it's Sean. Have a great day.